The tension around European football feels like it's boiling over. Every headline seems to signal a changing of eras. Every transfer rumor hints at revolutions waiting just around the corner. Arsenal circling Barcelona's most reliable midfielder. Zinedine Zidane quietly preparing to take over France. Al-Nassr throwing down another audacious bid that shakes the foundations of Manchester City. Chelsea trying once again to pry away Juventus' brightest gem. And in Manchester, Rúben Amorim staring down the inevitable, almost daring the United board to fire him. Start in Spain, where the story of Frenkie de Jong refuses to go away. For years, he has been Barcelona's quiet conductor, the player who makes the game flow without demanding the spotlight. But now, with his contract running down and Arsenal lurking, the whispers are louder than ever. Barça might finally have to let him go. His deal runs out next summer, which means come January, clubs can openly talk to him, and Arsenal are already positioning themselves as frontrunners. The numbers don't shout. Superstar, 2 goals and 2 assists. Last season across 46 games, but that was never the point of Frenkie de Jong. His influence isn't measured in stats, but in rhythm. He wins the ball, he dictates the tempo, he makes everyone around him calmer. At 28, he remains one of the most reliable operators in Europe, and Arsenal believe he could slot straight into Mikel Arteta's carefully built system, box to box, sitting deep or drifting into half spaces. He offers qualities that Arsenal's young midfield could desperately use: experience, control, and composure. But every dream comes with complications. First, the Premier League is unforgiving. Adapting to its pace and physicality has broken many midfield maestros before him. Second, the money. His Barcelona wages stand at around $315,000 a week, a figure that would smash Arsenal's wage structure. Not a single player at the Emirates earns that much, and parachuting De Jong in at those terms could fracture the balance in the dressing room. And then comes the looming presence of Saudi Arabia. Clubs there won't hesitate to offer him a financial package Arsenal could never match. In a race between cash and vision, Arsenal have to sell him not money, but Arteta's dream, the promise of trophies, of legacy, of being part of something historic. Barcelona face their own dilemma. Lose him for nothing in the summer or sell him in January and cash in? Some insiders whisper this whole saga may simply be a bargaining ploy by De Jong's camp to pressure Barca into offering him a new deal. But if Arsenal move decisively, if they break their wage structure for him, De Jong could yet trade Camp Nou for the Premier League, bringing calm to Arsenal's chaos. Meanwhile, in France, a legend is quietly preparing for his destiny. Zidane to Les Bleus has always felt inevitable. Now, reports suggest the agreement is in place. Didier Deschamps will step aside after the next World Cup, and Zinedine Zidane will finally take the reins. For months, he has been studying matches, crafting tactics, and monitoring players ready to slip seamlessly into the job. The appointment is more than just logical, it's symbolic. Zidane is France's greatest footballing icon since Michel Platini, a man whose very name carries authority in the dressing room. Kylian Mbappé said it best. Nobody would say no to him. Zidane is the only one in the history of French football who has almost all the rights. His presence alone commands respect. His simplified approach to tactics ensures clarity, and his ability to motivate could transform an already world-class squad into an unstoppable machine. France, already among the strongest national teams in the world, might become untouchable under his watch. The chaos of Noah Le Graët's insults and controversies is behind them. With Philippe Diallo steering the federation and Zidane waiting in the wings, the future of Les Bleus feels not just secure, but golden. But while France prepare for domination, Saudi Arabia continues to disrupt European football with sheer financial might. Their latest target, Phil Foden. Reports suggest Al-Nassr have slapped down a jaw-dropping $130 million offer for Manchester City's academy jewel. It's the kind of figure that would tempt almost any club, except this one. Because Phil Foden is not just a player for City, he's part of their DNA. Yes, his form dipped after his sensational 2023-24 campaign, but Pep Guardiola sees him as non-negotiable. He is the bridge between City's past and future, the face of the project that Guardiola has built for over a decade. $130 million would ease the profit and sustainability pressures, would give City the funds to refresh the squad, but the sporting cost is too high. Remove Foden, and the very balance of their attack collapses. And then there's the player himself. Saudi Arabia might be able to buy global icons at the twilight of their careers, but Foden is only 25, with years of Champions League football ahead. Born in Stockport, raised in City's academy, he has no reason to walk away from the stage he's always dreamed of. For Al-Nassr, the offer is a statement of intent, proof they are targeting prime European stars. But for City, it's simple. Phil Foden is untouchable. Across Europe, Chelsea are once again prowling the market for the next superstar. Their target this time is Juventus's Turkish sensation, Kenan Yıldız. Chelsea already tested the waters with a $70 million bid, and Juventus laughed it off. The old lady are convinced Yıldız is their future, the new face of the club. His contract runs until 2029, and insiders suggest he's ready to extend it to 2030 with improved wages. And why wouldn't they hold firm? At just 20, he's already producing 12 goals and 9 assists last season, with the kind of composure in big matches that sets him apart from other prospects. His market value is skyrocketing, and Juventus see selling him now as nothing short of madness. Chelsea, however, are relentless. They believe in building for tomorrow, hoarding the brightest gems of world football. They'll likely be back in January with an even bigger offer, but Juventus are signaling they won't even pick up the phone for less than $100 million. For now, Chelsea's obsession remains a dream, not reality. And while transfer sagas dominate the headlines, Manchester United are imploding. Their 3-0 humiliation at the hands of City confirmed their worst start to a league season in over 3 decades, and Rúben Amorim has reached his breaking point. Instead of showing flexibility, he threw down an ultimatum. If I want to change my philosophy, I will. If not, you will have to change the man. In other words, sack me if you don't like it. It was a stunning statement, especially after a summer where United spent over $200 million. The return on that investment? A relegation probability of 11%, higher than their 7% chance of finishing in the top 5. Amorim continues to force his 3-4-3 formation on a squad unsuited for it, playing Bruno Fernandes as a holding midfielder, wasting Benjamin Šeško, and watching Rasmus Højlund thrive at Napoli after being sold. Fans are furious, the board is restless, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe sits in the stands watching his investment crumble. Rumors are swirling that some in the United hierarchy see Xavi as the ideal successor. The idea is almost poetic. The man who once embodied Barcelona's style of play, now tasked with reviving a broken Manchester United. For Xavi, the Premier League would be a new challenge, one he's quietly admitted would intrigue him. For United, it would be yet another gamble in a decade full of gambles. But with Amorim daring the board to fire him, the clock is ticking, and so the stories intertwine. Arsenal dreaming of Frenkie, Zidane preparing for glory, Al-Nassr flexing with Foden, Chelsea chasing Yıldız, Amorim clinging to stubbornness while United consider revolution. Football never gives us one story at a time. It gives us a dozen, all clashing, all building, all shaping the destiny of clubs and players alike. What do you think? Should Arsenal risk their wage structure for Frenkie de Jong? Will Zidane's France dominate the world? Could Al-Nassr ever convince Phil Foden to leave City? Is Kenan Yıldız worth more than $100 million? And is Xavi really the answer for Manchester United? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Because if this video hits 350 likes, the next chapter of football's drama is already on its way.